UFC 200. It's coming up. Mark Hunt, Brock Lesnar makes his return. But in the main event, John Jones, DC, Daniel Cormier, they're coming together again. This is going to be one hell of a fight, one hell of a card, possibly the biggest, the most stacked event the UFC has put on to date. We're looking at Cormier Jones. My gosh, what do we got? We got Lesnar, Hunt. We've got Misha Tate Nunes. We've got Aldo Edgar, Zingano Pena, Hendricks, Gastelum, Dillashaw, Asuncao. I mean, just to name some. We've got incredible fights on this card, and for one, am extremely looking forward to it. But I got to start off with the main event. Jones Cormier. Now, the last matchup that these guys had, I had said the only chance that DC had to win this fight was if he got on the inside and was able to dirty box with Jones, control him, and maybe get him down. Well, I was wrong. He did get on the inside. Jones, like he does in every fight, found a way to win. And that's what Jones does. But since the personal problems he's had, he's been out for a while. DC has kind of come into his own. Jones's last performance maybe wasn't as spectacular as everyone wanted to see, even though he dominated the fight. But make no mistake, guys, these guys have really bad blood. This is not for promotions. They're not trying to build this fight or pump it. They literally don't like each other. And, when you have a competitor and they're like Daniel Cormier, a loss to Jones again is something I don't think he is not only willing to accept, I don't know that he can accept it. Now, John Jones, he's coming into this fight with nothing but confidence. Nothing but confidence. He's looking at taking his belt back, which he never lost. He was stripped of that belt. So you got to wonder, what is the game plan coming into this fight? Because DC was able to get on the inside in the last fight. He wasn't able to do the damage. He landed some good shots, some good uppercuts on the inside, and that's what DC does, a dirty box. But he didn't have the effects on Jones. Jones is a big, big man for 205 pounds. And he obviously can take a shot. Now with DC, I've seen DC rocked. Matter of fact, I've seen him drop. So is Jones now going to do what everyone thought he was going to do in his last fight? His first fight back from his personal issues and suspension, being stripped of the title. And he won that fight easily, probably every round. But yet, he's John Jones. It was not impressive enough. People seen holes. Daniel Cormier seen some holes. He's feeling very confident. Matter of fact, he wishes that night would have been Jones Cormier because he thinks he would have mopped the floor with him that night. So we're going to see. This is a big, big fight because, again, we're building the drama with these fights where these guys really don't like each other. Now, this isn't the fake stuff. I love this. This is not, and no knock to WWE. They're great athletes. Brock Lesnar is a great athlete, but this is genuine. There's no acting. They're not pretending. They don't like each other. I've got a funny feeling this fight is going to be a finish. We're not going to see a decision in this fight. And I'll tell you, I don't see, unless DC has come up with something different or Jones doesn't have that confidence that he did, I just see Jones taking his title back. I really do. He didn't lose it. It was stripped. But I just don't see a healthy, focused John Jones losing to Daniel Cormier, especially with a 12.5-inch reach advantage. Even though that did not factor into the first fight, it should factor into this fight. He should keep him at distance. But John Jones, freak athlete. I mean, what can you say? Under 4 years of training, UFC champion, best of all time. People are calling out. We're going to see. But in the co-main, man, I'm so excited for this one, right? Brock Lesnar makes his return. Now, there's so much drama surrounding this fight, and it's not genuine dislike. This is about maybe a little favoritism from the UFC, maybe some exemptions that should not have been there. And the opponent, Mark Hunt, is not happy about this. He is not happy about it. Matter of fact, he feels it's basically cheating. And he's going to eliminate Brock from the picture and move forward. Now, this is not a fight for Hunt that's going to push him up in the rankings because, Brock isn't ranked. He's coming from WWE. He's coming from wrestling. But Hunt knows the name Brock Lesnar brings in money, attention. I mean, listen, the biggest selling fight, the biggest selling event that they had was Lesnar Mir up until recently. And that held, and that was one hell of a fight. Brock does. He brings that to the table. Brock brings fans to the table. Everyone wants to watch him compete, whether they like him or they don't. They want to watch him compete. And now, making his comeback, and we don't know, how long did he know he had this fight? How long has he been training? We don't know these things. So it really does, create that atmosphere for a fight that, hey, is Brock in shape? Has he been training? Will he take Mark Hunt down to the ground, which is his weakest spot, obviously, and control him and just ground and pound him like he did Frank Mir? Or will he be exposed similar to his fight against Cain Velasquez? Brock does not like to get hit in the face. One thing Mark Hunt does really well, he hits you in the face and he knocks you out. So that is going to be one hell of a fight as well. And there's so many great fights. Again, another title on the line with Miesha Tate and Nunes. Miesha Tate is the fighter that just doesn't quit in WMMA. You have to respect Miesha. She could be losing. She will always continue to try. She never gives up. That's what won her the title against Holm. And I tell you what, Nunes is a tornado. This girl comes in hard. She is strong. She is motivated. She believes she's going to take the title. And I think she could do it. I think she could do it. She's got the talent. And it's going to come down to who wants it more in that fight, in my opinion. And then we got to, look at a few other. Johnny Hendricks. Johnny Hendricks against Kevin Gastelum. Both guys have had problems making weight, right? Now, Gastelum, he had so many problems that the UFC didn't put him up. They moved him up a division, made him fight again. Realized that, yeah, I think I need to take this more serious. And that's what he did. But again, though, you got to look at the other fighter. Who is fighting here? And it's kind of amazing. Johnny Hendricks has had more problems making weight lately. And then his last fight, he made weight look really good, I guess, as far as not being sucked dry. But the fight against Wonder Boy, he did not look good. And once he tried the takedown on Wonder Boy, he didn't get it. He looked really beaten then, and he was beaten. So you've got to wonder, does Hendricks have it? Is Hendricks going to be able to bring it to the table like he has before and get back up there to title contention? And then, one other fight that I think that is going to be really interesting, and that's just to see how TJ Dillashaw reacts when he gets back in there. He fought Dominic Cruz. He had the title. He was beaten by Dominic Cruz. But the one thing that really stuck out to me was he started that fight with the same footwork as Dominic Cruz, or similar. But it's not his natural footwork. It's Dominic Cruz's natural footwork. And he just got caught standing watching Cruz. He fought flat-footed. He missed more shots than I've ever seen him miss. And again, Cruz, showed why he's the champ. So UFC 200 has got some serious fights on it, but we've got a lot of drama coming with it too. And I'm excited. You gotta love these. This is what it's all about, guys. We're fans. We live for this. We want to see these fights. So it's really great to see the UFC 200, which by the way, Brock Lesnar was at UFC 100. Now he's at UFC 200. So we'll see. I mean, it's all big question marks for me. You really don't know. There's so many things that could happen with these guys. How did they fight in the past? What are they doing now? I honestly, I'm looking at Brock Lesnar to probably get knocked out. Brock's chance, take him down to the ground, hold him, beat him out, ground and pound him. That's the only way it's going to happen. DC and Jones, that's a fight. I could watch that all the time because DC is such a competitor. Jones is such a freak athlete. They're both under each other's skin. I think UFC 200, despite the fact that we don't have Conor McGregor, is going to be one hell of a card. This is one of those you've got to rent. You've got to buy the pay-per-view, or you've got to go to the event. This is going to be an incredible card. Incredible card. Now listen, I got to take just another couple minutes at the end of every show. I want to thank some people that have allowed this to happen, which is Modern Pugilist Entertainment. We are doing everything we can to make a difference. Jay Nug, you're out there, Jay. I see you, brother. We've got Kate. We've got The Riz. We've got Patrick. We've got so many great people that are out there helping us. It's humbling, and I appreciate it so much, guys. You're making this possible. You really are. Again, with sponsors, McBride Mats. I mean, take a look at McBride Mats. Incredible company, incredible product. They're dedicated to the sport, and I respect them. I am honored to have them as sponsors for the show. And Headblade. Obviously, you can see I love my Headblade. Incredible product. Thank you, guys. Really, life couldn't get much better right now, so I'm going to enjoy it. So join this team, get involved, make your voice heard. Let's show our power in numbers and make a difference. For Modern Pugilist, I'm Dan Cox. Thank you.